Hey everyone, Teehashee here, and we're back on Smithin to knock out the rest of these contracts. We should be all caught up with our housekeeping and ready to launch into what will probably amount to be the most difficult of the contracts here. We're going to start by taking on these target acquisition contracts. Um, for me, they are new. Um, Not to say that it's necessarily an entirely new thing. They've been in the game for a while. Um, and, I've had an opportunity to do quite a few of them, but they're still a pretty new thing for me compared to the other contract types in the game. Basically, what you need to do is you need to occupy a few different spaces on the map for a period of time. And once that time is up, you are good to evacuate. But the entire time you're doing that, there's a lot of threats. There's mechs shooting at you. If I remember right, there can be turrets sometimes. And so it can be quite a show. I think we're going to put Glitch in this Griffin. It's only got 760 armor. We want stuff that's tough to go in, because again, it would be nice to send in the crab, but it's also pretty squishy. Trebuchet. May also not be a bad choice to stick her just in one of the Shadow Hawks, even though to some folks I'm sure that sounds pretty silly, but it's probably the right call for this mission. Just because they're fast, they've got a lot of jump jets, and they are durable. Alright, I think we're ready. Basically, this kind of mission is kind of like a raid from MechWarrior 5, in the sense that, like, you have to run in. You only have a certain window which you can conduct your operation. And if you miss the window, the operation is a failure, all the while getting shot at. You guys have probably seen me conduct some raids on MechWarrior 5 by now. If not, I'll put some MechWarrior 5 stuff up. But what I like to do is, especially if I'm playing alone, I'll just go in. I won't even bring my lance, or I'll bring a lance and I'll leave them at the drop site, just because they tend to get bogged down in combat. And I'll run and hit all of the objectives. And if I feel like it's smart to stick around and gather salvage, that's what we'll do. Or uh, we'll just go for the evac, and that'll be it. On those missions, I typically go just for money as well instead of salvage. In this game, it's a little bit different. Should pretty much always be looking for some salvage, mostly because you never know when a chunk of mech that you need might turn up. Where in MechWarrior 5, salvage is kind of all or nothing, so... Okay. This one is out in the desert, which is interesting. The other ones that I'm used to doing are on kind of this, always sort of this island. There's lots of water to work around. So not only do we have to manage our deployment, we got to manage our heat here as well. Okay. They wouldn't send us if the base were abandoned. Okay. So the way that we're going to do this is we're going to send our mechs forward. The faster mechs are going to go for the further targets. The frailest mechs are going to go for the wooded target. The one that's bare, we're going to send our heavier mechs. And the slower mechs are going to go for the closest target. So that puts the dragon Teehashee headed for northwest. I think we'll put Behemoth with him. Behemoth we may actually leave in the circle, and the dragon will keep floating. The Shadowhawk we're going to head for that wooded area. Alright, here we go. The science of this, I mean, the idea is that you're going to triangulate a target. Triangulating it like this, I mean, it's from a satellite. Satellite would already be pretty accurate. This would just be to make it as accurate as possible, I suppose. We could say it like that. I think if I jump up on this hillock, we can run down the other side of it. The other thing that we should probably do is reserve. That sounds smart. Now to bait out turrets, if there are any. Got a Panther and a Commando. Again, more than anything, maintaining our heat is ideal. Pretty much looks like we could jump right into that mineral pile, but it's going to hurt our accuracy, so we are going to do that last. Let's turn that off. Pew. Okay. Pretty odd maneuvering for that commando. Setting itself up to get shot at more. Pew. Okay. Since they're bunching up at this point, I think I'm going to free up the quick draw to go with the Thunderbolt, because they're going to be inundated with fighting right away. I think we'll move the dragon first, because it looks like the dragon's going to lose his line of sight. I'll let the LRM do the talking. Pew pew pew. There we go. Probably going to jump in here with the intent of taking one of these threats out if possible. Pretty solid shooting. Might be able to finish it off with a precision strike. Let's see about that. There we go. You can laugh at that Panther's decision to shoot their long-range gun when they have a short-range gun. But that's kind of the issue that the Panther has, is it has two guns that aren't that great for either situation, which is usually why I like to switch to LRM5 and a large laser. In this game, it's fine. The PPC is a little bit better, just because it can mess with sensors and do some cool stuff. But in MechWarrior 5, I find PPCs to be a little underwhelming. Impressive looking, but underwhelming. Okay, I think our people with high evasion, and they're also the ones out of combat, they can reserve. They don't have anything to do. Now, it looks like we're jumping in there. It'd be tempting to shoot at this commando, but I think we'll jump in and shoot at the javelin instead. They figure out immediately what we're up to. was a lot of damage. Probably can be less worried about building up heat, because it's my guess that she'll get over there and be sitting there doing nothing, firing that autocannon from the other side of the map if she has line of sight at all. So we're not going to sweat the heat too much. We're going to leave the quick draw in reserve for another turn because we might use her melee attack. Pew! That's what it looks like we're going to do. Actually, her heat is not that bad. Why don't we just sort of strut around here? They're deploying vehicles and tanks from their motor pool. Alright. Nice shooting, Javelin. Okay. I appreciate that that missed. I'm going to save that move for later. Okay. I was going to say, haven't been given the Javelin enough credit if it survives attacks like that. Pretty decent shooting. It's tempting to wipe the Scorpion out. I think that's what we'll do. Oops, that was a DFA. Well, it's obligatory, right? It's going to happen every mission. Accidental DFA again. Jeez. Okay. Actually, we've got the heat. We can just jump again. Alright. I don't really think there's anywhere we can move. So we'll just walk in here and we'll brace. But you can see, only got about 3 more rounds to get in there. That was a lot of damage. Alright. Okay. High explosive 30s. Okay. I'm trying to remember. I learned a lesson about this. There's like one mission you do that's target acquisition. No, we're just going to brace. There's one mission you do that's target acquisition, and you have to evac in a certain number of turns after doing your target acquisition. And if you don't evac in time, you also fail the mission. Which is a little weird. Maybe it's something about the interface that's weird, because it just says move to evac point for this one. It doesn't tell you when you need to be there. But I do remember we had like destroyed everything. Everything had gone properly. And I had like a catapult or something that was just a little too slow. And we didn't make it there in time. Don't know the canonicity of a dragon with jump jets. Obviously, dragons can fly, but dragons that jump, not so sure about that. I'll have to watch one of the guys online, like a Grimdark narrator, has movies on mechs that are really good. Maybe he's got one for the dragon. Pew. What can a sprint do for us? Just as well. Keep sinking that heat. Here it comes. Boom. Yeah, see. Here it says extract before new reinforcements arrive. And it gives you 3 rounds, which isn't very much time, right? You gotta take that seriously. Because it's like new reinforcements. I was like, big deal. Like, my lance is pristine. What do I care about new reinforcements? And the the timer ticked down, and the mission is a failure at that point. It's also billed as, and it could be that they've changed it since then, and reinforcements actually will arrive, but it's billed as a secondary objective, not the primary objective. Here's Glitch. She's got this nice precision strike saved up. We might as well use it. Pew. Alright, that's the end of the hardened bunker. Okay, here we go. So we proved that the Torians that we do have are satellite defenses up and running, I guess. Took some pretty nasty hits in the rear armor. I made the rear armor on these mechs pretty thin. Probably. It could be that that's going to come back to bite us in the future. Could be I made it too thin. What else? Anything else cool in here? Doesn't look like it. So we'll carry out those 2 completed mechs. That's pretty good news. Okay, you're going into the box. Got a little tiny bit of housekeeping to do. And you're going into the box. We'll have to see. very early in the series, I said that we would run mixed lances, and I still intend to do that. We need one assault mech, and we can start running mixed lances. All we have to do is hope that the assault mech we get is something decent. Entry assault mechs are usually like Zeus's or Victor's. In this one, Zeus's are pretty bad and Victor's are pretty good, which is the opposite of MechWarrior 5. Victor's are pretty bad and Zeus's are alright, it seems, for that 80 tonnage, 80 ton assault class. You can always get an awesome too. Oh, we actually got a new mission. We've been here so long. Interesting. Assassination mission. Why not? Hey, we had a brief break in the recording there, but we're ready to go in here now. That lance was okay. I think we will flip things around a little bit. We'll take the Kintaro and put glitch in that. This must be on the one of the caps of Smithin. Because it's predominantly a desert world, or it might have a really, really tall mountain, possibly. A really tall mountain. It would have to be a plateau for mechs to fight on it. What do we got? Looks like a hunchback. Can't really tell, but I'm pretty sure it's a hunchback. And then down the road is the supporting lance, which is good, because he'll have to... I mean, the odds of him syncing up with this lance are decent, but we don't really care. We should be way over tonnage for this mission. Man, that Kintaro's fast. Alright, let's grab Teehashee and send him in first, per tradition. Okay, here's the lance. 55 tons, 40 tons, 40 tons. Vulcans, probably, or maybe a cicada. Vulcans if they're rich. Cicadas if they are a pair. Just gonna do this. You can see how easy it is to leave your slower mechs behind, even after a couple rounds. Speed of mechs is determined by percentages, typically 30% increments. So You have like, um, oh, it's an assassin. That's exciting. Like 55 kph, 64 kph. Uh, what comes next? 81, I think. Those are how the increments work. Let's just reserve. Okay, everyone had a chance to move. We can already see this assassin. Ironic that they're assassins. What we're going to do is we're going to jump into this forest right behind this guy and see what's going on. It's significantly less evasion, because that's a lot of evasion. It's a cicada with a PPC. We're also at the right range. Bully this cicada. There is a jump we can make that gives us a straight line of sight, but we're not doing that until we fire these missiles. Where was it? Here it is. Wolverine. What was that play? You'd think they were coming to help their buddies, but they didn't. Might have glitch, try and make this kill shot. There we go. Now we can work around these other two mechs a little bit more easily. And by work around these mechs, I mean punch them in the face. No, I need... Why is it acting like this? No, stop doing that. There we go. Hoocha! Well, we hit a melee attack with the dragon. A Christmas miracle. That hunchback should be... It definitely is not a hunchback if it's got LRMs. Maybe a quick draw or a thunderbolt or something. I don't know. But he's on his way. We're also gonna punch you on the same side. Looks like it's coming in on the front. Let's go. Don't know where you were going, sir, but you're going to get shot in the butt for it. Is it worth the precision strike? I think it might be. More so to set back their evasion, not evasion, initiative. Because I think we have enough with glitch to make another precision strike. And that might be enough just to be bye-bye time. Yep. More than enough. Way more than enough. You're over here somewhere. Found you. 75 tons. What are you? An Orion? Yes, Onike. Pristine. Very scary. I'll just put these guys on the road. Pew. And while Glitch makes her approach... Oh, I've got to do this first. Orions are pretty solid mechs, or I think they are the ultimate average mech, if that makes sense. Does not get more average than the Orion. The way it's moving makes me curious. I don't really know why it's moving like that. Is all of this uneven ground? I really don't think so. I think it's just right in here where it's a little icy. I mean, we could do the DFA. Let's turn the machine guns off. Akala. The covert agent is a pretty decent pilot, though. Try our best to keep ending our turn on the road. Not if we're jumping, it doesn't make that much difference, but that's what we want to do. Too bad that DFA was a... Oh, there's a headshot. Okay, that's something. A rear armor shot. We're going to try and destabilize it now. We'll see if we can't get it in. We can slow it down with precision strike as well. We'll do that. Not enough to knock it over, but that's okay. Still not enough to knock it over. Wow. Quick Draw does not have any missiles on it, which means we basically have to punch it. That's annoying. Mostly because we're looking to do as little damage as possible. You know what I mean? We're doing okay, though. Your turn, big fella. What are you gonna do? Run away? No? An Alpha Strike? I mean, that's respectable enough. Alright, target is bugging out. Glitch. Give us a headshot. There's an ammo explosion. There's a miss. That's disappointing. I don't even know where this escape location is. It shouldn't really matter in all of this with no jump jets, but still good to know. Also can't sprint while unsteady. Ooh, pretty nice shot. Okay. Here we come. There we go. Pretty much assumed that that torso was going to go down even if we shot at the head. So, there we go. Probably pulled that Orion off the field. In which case, we might finish this a little early, but we'll do those other two missions next time. There she is. Oh, that's great. That's huge, in fact. Can field a full lance of heavy mechs. And we can make a Centurion style sniper out of it. Repair it after that. Flanking attack. Where's our big boy? There it is. Okay, definitely not taking an AC-10 in. Oh, interesting. It's got an SRM rack on it. There are 2 laser slots in those arms as well. That's pretty interesting as well. Probably just 1 ton of that. Bump that up to an LRM-20. 2 medium lasers. Oh, I need to get heavy jump jets for it. I see. I am learning. Nice. Alright, we're sitting at 75 tons. Pretty much a long-range damage profile. LRM-20. Medium lasers. There's probably a better, especially since you can put the vaunted 4 medium lasers on it, there's probably a better cavalry build for this mech. But we do need long-range fire support, and we desperately need to retire one of the Shadow Hawks. Because we basically had glitch in a Shadow Hawk trying to fill a long-range fire support role. I mean, mostly it was for its speed and durability, but you guys saw it was not impressive. We didn't even lose that much firepower by making these switches. The only thing that we're looking at is some heat issues, but again, because of what we're looking at here, maybe shooting the autocannon 5 and the LRMs at the same time, but probably not shooting like an Alpha Strike. We're probably only shooting the medium lasers and the autocannon 5. But yeah, because of the way that we've done it, we're probably not shooting everything at the same time. We'll do that. I'll take you out. Haven't had much cause to use the trebuchet. The problem is, I mean, it starts you with 55 ton mech at the beginning of the game, and when the 50 tonners start coming in, it's always a little too late. The other thing is, on the previous missions, if we had a damaged heavy mech, like we do here, we've just repaired them and sent them in anyway instead of using a lighter mech in its place. So we can probably downsize the lance quite a bit unless something really gets damaged. Kintaro has an LRM-25. I could also work on changing the Kintaro back to what it's meant to be. That would mean getting rid of the Wolverine. We use the crab a little bit. I can't really see us, now that we have the dragon, I can't really see us ever using the Shadowhawk again. What we got left? The Hunchback. A 1,000 armor, and it's a bit of a sort of a medium range brawler. No. Alright, guys. Well, we'll take care of this later. We'll do those final 2 missions. Thanks for coming.